Hello, everybody out there in the internet. A quick Want Wish surprise for E3 2019. Um, I can't speak for Gina Troptical. I don't think they got around to making one, or had plans to. They don't have plans to make one. I just wanted to get one out before any like major air quote press conferences. The Stadia thing happened. That's more of an anomaly because Google wasn't in the game before this, and usually stuff doesn't happen before the weekend, and they totally just try to disrupt the whole established thing. Anyway, Tekken here, Chris Adams, Tekken Master. With the whole want wish surprise, I'll go over each question and the prompts, and then just answer them. Except for the last one because I couldn't come up with like three for that one. So here we go. So the first question is, I guess before I start, so the whole want wish surprise. There's three questions every year for E3 time that aimless podcast as a cast answers. Um, I guess not this year, just me, because like I said, RPG Tropical off doing whatever. So yeah. Anyway, three most wanted games. This is the first one. Top three games that we're most looking forward to seeing covered on the show floor or at a press conference in some capacity. So for me, Cyberpunk 2077, top of the list. Like after I saw that trailer last year, basically nothing else can touch it. Nothing else even comes close. It is like I have so much hype and just my voracious veracity to play this game is just it is without equal and just off the charts. Everything else is just good luck. It's like after that game comes out, it's like I feel sorry for every other developer because it's like the the bar will be raised so high, and it just looking at that game and just seeing, oh, it's so good. It's just man, I just want more details. I don't care if there's another gameplay demo. If it's another hour gameplay demo, that'd be awesome. It's I can't see enough of this game. Honestly, it's 'cause I know I'm just gonna be playing it like a addict when it comes out. It's gonna be great. Um, but yeah, just more details would be nice, and yeah, release date maybe, whatever. If not, whatever, just to see it again would be great. It would be great because it looks amazing. Okay, and then my next game for that category is Final Fantasy VII Remake, just because I initially I was super excited, but then after more details came out, it was it's gonna be multi-part. What's that gonna be like? And then they just showed it. I mean, they didn't really show anything really. It was just more of the same because it's basically we keep seeing the same Sector 7 or whatever part of Midgar you're in at the very beginning, and the streets are fighting in the streets soon after on our way back to Avalanche HQ. So it's not much has been seen as far as the the part of the game where you're at. So some more details on that would be nice as far as release date and release plans, because they said it's gonna be multi-part, and it's I have really low expectations here for Square Enix. I think they're just gonna milk this one all the way to the bank and just try to just get as much money as they can out of everybody for this one, and it's just gonna be on the one hand, it's I'm starting to not even get to the point where I want to play it, because it's well, it doesn't even look the same or play the same, and then it's just it's so different, and what parts of the story and characters are they gonna redo or whatever when they remake it, tinker around a bit, maybe not for the better. It's just I don't know, dude. I'm a bit apprehensive, so it's to see it, and get more info would be nice, because I'm starting to be very whatever about it, as far as it being one of the air quote wish games. We had Last Guardian, we had Shenmue 3, and then this is the other games, the third game in the trinity of wish games of oh man, that was never going to happen, but then it did. Um, but yeah, so here's to that. And then my third game is Square Enix's Avengers game, because I mean Marvel Lego is nice and all, but it's not. It doesn't. it doesn't, hit that standard of like what I'm looking for in a Marvel game. It's like, I like that game, but it's like I would like to do other things in a Marvel game with Marvel characters, or like not, or it's not that. It's just like the look and the style, the aesthetic. It's like I'd like one that's photorealistic and not cartoony and Lego-y inspired. So that would be like like a nice kind of like Ultimate Alliance 3 like that for the Switch, but like not specifically that, just something in that style where it's like you actually see the characters as they are drawn and not just like as they're drawn but like in Lego form. I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be like cel shaded or cartoony. It could be like photorealistic, preferably photorealistic though, just because there are so very few games. I mean, Spider-Man PS4 that was great, so that's just like I'm just saying like that. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Is there's like a game that has all the characters, and then all the characters play a different way, and just it just looks really good, and it has amazing production values, and the gameplay is great, and it's fun to play. The controls are awesome, so it's like, or you're just simple and easy. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see, or not. I guess we'll see. But yeah, or maybe not. Um. So yeah, the next category, because that was the three most wanted, are the three surprise announcements. And the prompt for this category is what we think the surprise announcements from anybody will be at their press conference, what will get people excited in talking about their platform or game. Um, so I kind of had a hard time coming up with this one because I was like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know that. I mean, that being said, there was a like super duper megaton surprise at Stadia's announcement thing with the Baldur's Gate 3 thing. That was like, I don't know. I mean, that was out of nowhere. There was like whispers and rumors of it, but I was like, whatever, dude. But it was like for Xbox One. It wasn't for like Stadia. So it's like when I saw that at like Stadia's, that kind of surprised me. But okay, well, I'm kind of like getting off topic here, but like it made me think, well, like maybe the stuff that you can like only play on, or maybe there's gonna be like something where it's like the PC stuff that you could also play on Xbox One if you have access to it is like also playable on Stadia. Maybe I guess we'll see. I'll get around to that. That's like part of like one of my third surprises, or my third choice, whatever. Um, but yeah, my first answer choice, whatever, for this one is that there's going to be a remaster collection of an entire series in one bundle. So that I thought that'd be cool. If there was like a kind of like the Master Chief Collection, I guess. Yeah, the Master Chief Collection, except for like something else, where you have all the games of like one series completely remastered to like modern standards, and it's all available in one bundle. That would be great. Um, Ideally it would be something ridiculous like a JRPG franchise like Final Fantasy or something, where it's just like a ton of games, or like or just something that has like a ton of games on it, like Suikoden or something, or or like maybe not even, just like like Castlevania, like if they did that with like all those games or something, because they just recently had the kind of compilation that came out and it wasn't all the games. That's another thing. It's like when it's like one of the collections where it's like not all the games, it's like part of the games or some of the games. Like there's two volumes of like Mega Man collections. So it's like, come on, dude. Can't we just get like all of them in one collection? That'd be great. And they're all like remastered and look amazing and play amazing and have like modern features and stuff. Anywho, next one. Uh, New battle royale from an established franchise. So essentially, just like any franchise out there that has like a ton of entries in it, and then it's like all of a sudden you see a battle royale, and it's like, whoa, that was very unexpected for like that to take that turn, or just take characters from any established franchise and just throw them in a battle royale series, because that seems to be a hot genre right now. So I could see that happening, and I could see people being excited about it. Like, oh man, that's awesome, and it's from a series who has like a name recognition to it. So it's like just it probably would help with the release if it was from a established franchise and not just like here's new IP. Like I mean, Apex Legends that did decent. I mean, I guess like the thing with that though is if it's free to play, it's like you're not really selling anything, so it's basically just going off only brand recognition. But that being said, if it was like a license, that'd be kind of cool, like a Transformers battle royale. I'd play that at least once. I'd play it at least once. That's what I'm saying. But like, cause I'm not really into battle royale, so it's like I could see if there's like some sort of like weird licensing situation where like some battle royale came out and was like based off some series or franchise or license, and it's like, whoa, that's really cool. That was out of nowhere or something. Um, well, I just thought of something like another. Okay, so like alternatively, like another take on battle royale, because we talked about this a couple episodes ago, where basically battle royale's been a thing for a couple years now. Um, so like let's start seeing what else we can do with that. You have 100 players. Tetris, one versus 100 or whatever it's called. Tetris, whatever. I don't remember what it's called. Tetris 99, Tetris 100. So it's kind of like that idea. Like you take the concept of like 100 people playing like all against each other, and then like you turn it on its head, or you just make something new with the formula that you have. So that would be cool to see, like new takes on the genre of battle royale is what I'm saying. So like like a fighting game with like 100 people, and like only one wins, or just like 100, basically just like any genre that we know of established in video games, and then just like use that formula of like 100 people in a battle royale setting, and then boom, there you go, like 100 like cars for like or racers in a racing game. That'd be kind of cool. That man, that would be kind of neat. I mean, that being said, like there'd have to be like mechanics, obviously, for if someone's like way behind that they can like stay in it, and it's not just like, oh man, I'm in last place, I'm not catching up, I quit, and they're just like see if we'll leave the game once they're like not in the top 50 or something. So yeah, that'd be cool. And then my third wish is universal crossplay. I kind of forgot I was talking about earlier, so I was making a point of something. Oh yeah, like the like when they showed the Stadia thing, and it had like Baldur's Gate 3, and it's like, well, Baldur's Gate 3, like the rumor was that it was in development, and like one of Microsoft's first party games for Xbox One or next gen or something. And then so when they showed it at the Stadia thing, I was like, okay, well that'd be kind of neat if the thing with like that's weird with like PC gaming though is like with your Microsoft or Xbox Live, or I think it's yeah, it's not Games for Windows anymore. It's like Xbox Live now. So it's like the Xbox Live account. You have it's. I guess what I'm trying to say is like the storefronts on PC are so splintered. It would be nice to be able to get access to all those games wherever you're at, or like whatever console you're playing on. The same thing with like consoles is like whatever games you have, just be able to like play it wherever, man. Just like bring down the walls, let everybody play where they want to play, when they want to play, and just like have that be the default from like now until forever. That would be great. Um, so that'd be cool. That's like I'm on whatever platform I can play. I mean, I guess with like the exception of first party exclusives, like you're not gonna be able to play your Nintendo games on your PC, or I mean, if you could though, that'd be great too. I'm just saying, like universal crossplay. That's why it's called universal, because it'd be anywhere. So I could be playing that stuff on my PC or whatever console, and just like not be tethered or I guess anchored down to the one platform, and just be free to play wherever on whatever device or screen I want to. Okay, and then we're on to 3 wish announcements. And the prompt for this one's pretty simple. This will never happen, but we like to see it. So my first wish is Telltale games games from Telltale Games that were in production get resurrected by Skybound Games or somebody else. Just because Wolf Among Us 2, dude, it was on the horizon. It was there. It was right there, and we'll never get it. And then it's just like that's such a bummer. And I'd never seen Stranger Things, but I imagine if that had come out, it'd have been a hit, maybe, possibly, or I hadn't gotten around to watching it on Netflix, so it's like I would have been able to watch it and then play it, and then it'd have been great. It'd been great. And then, yeah, it's like I just feel because it's like I feel like all their games deserved a wrap up like The Walking Dead got, and like that's the only one that ever got finished. Like that's the only one that has a finale, that has like a finality to it, that it has an end and a resolution, and you can play it from season one to like the final season, and get a complete arc, and yeah, it's kind of a bummer to like not be able to do that with all the other games because they were so good. I mean, I enjoy them. That's my opinion. Like they're my favorite. One of my favorite developers and like one of my favorite types of games that were like being made. I mean, I can see the criticism, but I honestly don't care because the like strong story and character stuff that they had in their games, I could really care like less about the whole, you know, uh, formulaic or repetitive mechanics or simple mechanics. It's like it was refreshing in my opinion to just see a developer that just focused on story and narrative first, and then gameplay second, versus like what you see most of the time, where it's like, oh, the gameplay, it's a fun game, but story, characters, so lacking. But yeah, that's my first choice for that one. My second one is GOG.com style service for retro third-party games announced by one of the big three. So essentially, like you have the PS2 on PS4, backwards compatibility stuff on PS4. You've got the backwards compatibility stuff on Xbox One, where it's like you got like you just put the disc in, and then like it lets you just play it if it's, or it lets you play the digital version and like have access to it all the time. Um, Nintendo's not really up there with those two standards, but just basically it's kind of like the like an alternate version on the universal crossplay thing, where it's basically just you know games from ye olden times, just like something popping up that you can just go to, that's in the like PSN store, Xbox store, maybe even the Nintendo eShop, where it's just like a catalog of old games, and that's all it is. It's not. I mean, it could be remasters. It doesn't have to be remasters. It could just be like the games as they were then. I would be fine with that, and then just being able to play the classics, and that'd be great. Because the PS1 classic section on PS3 was pretty substantial after a while, and then we completely lost that in PS4, and you can't really play it. You can't play it on your PS4. So like if something like that came back, but then like just like not be limited to the catalogs of like just that platform. So I guess that's yeah. It's like it's more of like a universal backwards compatibility thing versus universal crossplay, where it's like any game ever that has been in existence from the past time. I mean, yeah, like in the past, let's like make it happen. Like just put it on a server, let people download it, and then play, and that's it. It's like phone and play. I mean, I could see why like there'd be restrictions because it's not on the platform of like the platform owner, but even then, it's like stuff like from the past, just like anything from whatever console. Like if I want to go back and play, let's use Suikoden as an example again. Suikoden 1, Suikoden 2, Suikoden 3, Suikoden 4, Suikoden Tactics. There's been a Suikoden game in a while recently, so after PS3, you're kind of wait. I don't think there was a PS3 Suikoden game. Never mind. But or Final Fantasy. Well, Final Fantasy is like an example, but it's kind of played out, and there's like a bunch of them. So whatever. No big deal. Mega Man. I could use a Mega Man example, or Castlevania. There's so many classics that are still with us. Or Tomb Raider. Stuff that's been around since the 90s or 80s. But okay, like okay, I will correct myself immediately after what I just said. Like there's probably very few games and franchises that are around from the 80s still. There's even very few from the 90s, but like just saying, there's like stuff that's like been around. Like Resident Evil, that's been around since like the 90s. That if you don't have them all in one place, it'd be nice to like, that something could pop up, and you could like go back and play them. All right, and then my third choice for the Wish announcement is that Capcom lets a Western developer take another crack at one of their franchises. Because after I lose like Bionic Commando, DMC, Not that DMC was bad. It was just like it just got a bad like fan reception, but it ended up being a good game. Bandit Commando not so much. Um, maybe even well, no, not Dead Rising, because Dead Rising was a new IP, so it wasn't really. I don't think that was the one that was like involved in that. But basically, after a couple meh games from Western developers, you know, from Capcom stuff, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna put these back in our toy box and never let anybody else play them again. That's not a Western developer. So, but DMC was such a good game, dude. It was like such a cool interpretation and a collaboration with Ninja Theory, and I really enjoyed that game. And then I think most people do, and that's the thing is like on the one hand you have stuff that turns out like Bandit Commander, which I didn't play because the reviews were so like this game's not good, so I didn't play it obviously. But DMC, it's kind of like there's very opposite ends of the spectrum there. You have like one that's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like look at this interpretation of this game, and then you've got Bandit Commando. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. There was one more category which I think is new, and then I was like trying to think of stuff, and I was like, this is a bad category, and it's basically, I think it was changed, dude, because it's like on here, like it says Three Wish Games, but then the prompt says if a publisher and developer of your choice could team up to produce a dream game and show it, announce it at E3, what would it be? And I think maybe either the prompt is wrong or my template's off. Like, I think because it has Three Wish Games, but then like the prompt doesn't match, and I'm like, maybe there's Three Wish Games, but then there's also Three Dream Games, and like I think the Dream, or I'm gonna like edit this so in the future it's like the three Dream Team games, and like that's the category for that what I just said, and then like the Three Wish Games are just three games that you want to like hope like that get like revealed or announced, like the things you've been clinging to that have like yet to be announced. Because like for me, top of the list on that one is New Splinter Cell, because it's been a while. Before Borderlands 3 was also on that list, but we finally got it. Thank goodness. Cannot wait to play that. Because usually like in my head I have like an idea of like stuff that's not out or not been announced that I like would really like to see. I would say it's probably too soon, but definitely a new Street Fighter for sure. Soon-ish, because man, Street Fighter 5. I mean, it they've been working on it. It's not as bad as it was when it came out, but as far as like bare bones is what I mean, like the bare bones, like nothing there when you got the game, and then no story mode, blah blah, all that stuff. And then like whatever Rocksteady's working on, because it's been a while since Arkham Knight, and that was kind of a low point in my opinion. Or just like whatever else, the Arkham, well, yeah, whatever, yeah, yeah. I mean, they said they wouldn't be or show anything, so I guess that's not gonna happen. But I love those games, even though Arkham Knight I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I thought I would. It was still fun. The gameplay was still there, so it's like just they can be redeemed. But yeah, that's Splinter Cell. Wow, I can't even remember like the second game, because I'm just like all about the new Splinter Cell. Oh, it's Street Fighter, but like I don't know. Honestly, I would be fine without any Street Fighter. I guess like my wish game would be like some sort of like Sega IP, because I have a bunch that they haven't put out like in a long time. Like we haven't seen a Jet Set Radio game in like forever. Or I guess I don't even know if that developer still exists, but it's like just there's so many like developers or publishers with like stuff in their portfolios that like you don't see, or like they don't put out for like ever. And it's just like, dude, when can we get like a new one of these? And like it never happens, or like it does, and then it either does really well or it just is a disaster. But yeah, that's it for this video. This nice, quick, but not really, because I haven't looked at the time actually when I've been talking. How long did this go? 20 minutes. Pre E3. Me just rambling on aimlessly here. So yeah, that's it for this video. Feel free to check out Endless Podcasts. We are also on YouTube. We're watching this. I guess I could put a link in the description, so I guess I'll do that. And then is aimlesspodcast.com up? It might be. I don't know. We're here, there, Twitter, Facebook. just Google us, and then yeah, you'll be good. So yeah, until you hear from me again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'm now signing off.